Tell you what, we're leaving right out of here early in the morning. It's about 4:45. We are going to be down rigging, deep water, big fish. We're going to fish Lake Michigan, and we're going to hope for some lake trout and maybe some salmon. Who knows what's going to come out to bite, but we're going to have rod bend in action on Wide Open. Don't miss this. Today on the Wide Open, we're in Chicago, the Windy City, and we're going to fish Lake Michigan with Skyline Charters. All right, man, this is Kyle. He's going to be on the boat with us today. He's our mate. He's going to be getting the lines out. He's going to be clearing lines when we're hooked up. So it's going to be good rod bend in action, Wide Open style. We're leaving early in the morning. When most people think of Chicago, they don't think of fishing. I do. The Chicago skyline was amazing as we left the marina. I got to introduce you to Captain Neill here, Skyline Charters, right out of Chicago. We're out here in Lake Michigan. We just motored out about 11 miles, a beautiful morning. So, Captain Neill, what's the plan?
So the plan right now today is we're going to run from about 55 feet out to 75 feet and run all salmon stuff.
So we're going for kings?
We're going for kings, steelhead, and coho. Hopefully it should be in this area right now.
So we're going to be down rigging here with Cannon downriggers, and we'll learn a little bit about those products as we're doing it. And we'll get right to it right now. So let's hear a little bit about his guide service right out of Chicago.
So we run charters from beginning of April through probably the middle of October before the fishing really slows down here. Season starts with coho, and you work the kings and steelhead in the summer, and then into lake trout primarily in the fall.
All right, let's load it up.
One more. So basically what that does, you can see the line on the side. So basically, the farther you let it out, the farther from the boat it gets. We just keep stacking lines out to the side.
Stacking lines up on the side. Okay, it's a whole new language out here in Lake Michigan. Looking for some rod bend in action on Wide Open.
Go.
You know I'm a gadget guy. Look at this fish hawk. It's a little electronic sensor. And he's going to lower it down with a downrigger and find the thermocline. Too cool. All right, fish on, baby. Rod bend in action in Chicago.
You don't want to reel down.
Okay, nice and steady. Captain Neill's telling me how it works. There's the fish in the water right there. Just straight back?
Yeah, bring that fish in, put the rod tip right over the top of the paddle set.
Right. Coho salmon, wide open outdoor adventures. That's what I'm talking about. Beautiful fish, good eating right here. Salmon in Lake Michigan. Who'd have thought? Oh, this is a better fish. This is a better fish. Rod bending action, a wide open. Just outside of Chicago. Do you know that over 52 million people visit Chicago annually? This city never stops. Some of Chicago's nicknames include the Windy City, the city with big shoulders, the second city, and the city that works. My favorite nickname is the Windy City. Kyle's getting ready. This fish has got some shoulders.
There you go. The rod, don't reel down. You want to nice and steady hold the rod up.
Oh yeah, feel that? Man, that's a good fish.
Their mouth is just cartilage. So
Oh.
if you pull too hard, you open up the hole in their jaw. But you want to keep reeling. Just keep coming in. The longer he's out there, the sooner we lose him.
You use the rod to catch the fish. Every time I fish somewhere different, it's different. Because I usually use the rod to pull the fish toward the boat. And this fish has a softer mouth and cartilage. So I've been told by the pros, just use the reel to catch the fish. And you've heard me tell you just the opposite. Guess what? New water, new technique, new fish. Listen to the pros. Subscribe to our channel. You'll know when the next video is published. You'll be notified of tricks and techniques like these. Subscribe today. Good fish, man. Good fish. We only have 16 rods out, so I don't think I'm going to tangle anything. Yalla.
Alright,
I don't have any color yet.
Now. Alright, walk him over to the middle.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, walk him over to the middle of the boat. There, I'm going to take the rod. Alright, long, and it's got a long leader on it. When that orange disc comes out of the water, it's going to get a lot easier. Keep
Gotcha.
reeling.
Okay.
What you want to do is lift him up real high when he gets close to the boat, so you're going to pull him in, basically. Almost there. A little more. Lift up. There you go. Good job.
All right, Captain Neill, handshake, man. Another
Got
good
enough.
fish. Yeah, tell us about the flasher and this other device that I was having a little hard time pulling up that orange pad.
So basically what this thing does is you're going, as it's getting pulled through the water, it's pulling a fly behind it with a hook. So it's doing this back and forth, right? So the idea is this is supposed to look like a fish that just struck something and it missed. So another opportunist fish sees this behind it and goes for it. That's the thought anyway.
And the other little dude there, what's that thing?
This, it's called a dipsy diver. When you
Dipsy
lock
diver,
it in,
I like it already.
yeah. When you lock it in, the more line you let out, it pulls away from the boat. So kind of down and away. So if you let this thing out about 100 feet, you're about 30 feet down. But this again, it allows us to fill a gap in the spread with another bait. So instead of just having the stuff right behind us, this kind of fills in the spot between the boat and our first couple of sets there.
Cool.
There we go. All right, you want to take the fish there. So this is Kyle's bait that he made up. This is a Dreamweaver 4-inch fly with a couple of pink beads, cracked glass, plastic flasher, and that's exactly what they bite right there.
Wide open style. I want to watch Wide Open Outdoors on YouTube. Hey, he said that. All right, I love him.
All right.
Captain Neill said when we get back to the dock, we're going to put some fish on the grill. Salmon in Chicago. You see how clear this water is? You can see that bait twitching back and forth right there. All right, as you would typically think, conditions don't stay the way they are for very long. You see the little capillary waves on the surface, which means a little dirtier, darker color? That's the beginning of a little wind, and that can affect our lures. Our spread will become more alive. Do you want green? There are over 8,100 acres of green space with 580 parks and 26 beaches. You don't want big buildings, you can find nature right here in Chicago. All right, 2 on. Captain Neill's coming down. Get the rods, baby.
Here you go. Here.
Got it. All right, do-si-do, and around we go.
So just keep reeling, keep coming up. I'm going to try and pull this out of that.
We got 2 fish, wide open style.
This little tang's good.
Oh, we only got 1 fish.
Yeah.
Now we're not tangled.
All right, I'm going to go with this top.
Roger that. Oh, this fish wants off.
Don't let him.
Don't worry. Now on that last fish, the orange mechanism on here did not pop loose. This one did.
Good job.
All right, another beautiful coho salmon. It's gonna be good on the grill. The rod bending action is just turning on. Don't go anywhere. More rod bending action coming your way, wide open style. Fish on.
So today on Skyline, we're running downriggers, dipsy divers, and walleye boards. So our downriggers are made to set us at a specific depth and control it there. Our dipsies run off to the side of the boat. The farther we let them out, the deeper they go. And then the walleye boards are running weighted lines. So the longer the line is, the deeper the bait goes. So we're running anywhere from 15 feet down to about 55 feet down. Everything here in the middle is set between about 35 and 45 feet, which is where we've been catching fish today. So let's get at it and try and get some more.
This is a super slim Kevorkian. It's the smaller kind of spoons that Dreamweaver makes. And then I'm putting it out on a 10 core. Hopefully gonna get some more cohos with it.
Kyle's on his game.
Fish on, right there. Get it, Dave. All right, so this one's out a lot farther. You got about 200 feet to go, so rest up. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
All right. Captain Neill's barking orders from the crow's nest. That's okay. That's what I asked him to do. Help me catch these fish.
All right, a little bit faster. You got to get it over the top of those other boards. You'll tangle into it.
Rod bending action in Chicago. How about Mr. Frank Sinatra? He introduced the song Chicago is My Kind of Town in the 1964 Warner Brothers musical Robin and the Seven Hoods. A lot of movies were made right here in Chicago. I never thought I'd say that. Boy, he's way out there. So that walleye board is just holding that line out to the side.
All right, there he is. I see him. He's coming up.
You got color?
Yep. Not the biggest fish, but he's got a tail.
I'm doing it.
Pull him right to the middle there. There you go. You got him surfing.
He's not a monster, but he'll eat good. Beautiful salmon right here on one of the Great Lakes, just outside of Chicago. I love to fish. On the slider, baby. Rod bending action on wide open.
Still there.
You know, some people would say, hey man, how come Dave doesn't just catch that fish out of that downrigger? You know what? I don't know this equipment. I want to catch fish, not miss fish. Look at this guy out in the water. It's a good fish. Now the technique is for me to move back and let Kyle get right where I am. And I put the rod right over his head. And that net, how many feet is that net? About 9 feet?
He's gonna try and run past you. It's a king.
That's a king.
Yeah, keep the,
Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm gonna move backward.
there you go.
We do the same thing in the bay.
Keep reeling, keep reeling. Good job. Well, maybe it's not a king.
Tell you what, that was a good fish and it happened quick. And the rod just did a little bob, something a little different. A fish bites. It's not a crazy rod tip movement. It's just a little something different and we're on. Now that's what we came for, wide open style. Big fat coho. That's what I'm talking about. Come on now. Come over here to Chicago and get you some. Wide open, baby.
That is a really good coho.
Wide open. Well, I'm really no expert at this, but I've seen it happening throughout today. The little rod dance that you're seeing here, the tip movement, is from the trolling effect of the lure down in the water. And when you get a bite, I'm using this pole to kind of show you that all this rod's going to do that'd be different is a little bit of bobbing around like that. It may go way down, but sometimes it's just something different than the normal dance that's been occurring on the tip of these rods as we're trolling. So you got to watch your gear. Yeah, on Wide Open Outdoor Adventures, you got to be on your game. Just like this. Oh, good fish. Solid fish.
Hey, he's right there. He's close. Oh, look at him go.
Good size there? I gotta go under you.
Good.
No, I'm going right down the middle.
Woo, spinning. I'm moving
Yeah.
back.
That one's mad. There you go. Very nice.
Another great salmon right here in Lake Michigan. And this is the way I like to hold a fish. I put my fingers in the top of both gill plates. You can hold it real solid. If it gets another burst of adrenaline and wants to make the shake, you still got a good hold on it, just like that. Some fish, the gills are very sharp and you want to be careful. With salmon, you don't have to worry about that. Another great fish on Wide Open Outdoors. We've been trolling here from 35 to 50, a little deeper sometimes. This is the result. You get the sun just right where you can see this fish. It's got iridescence, greens, silvers, blues, chrome, black, brown, a lot of beauty in nature. You just have to look for it. Well, as you saw, I had an awesome time fishing just outside of Chicago in Lake Michigan with Skyline Charters. Captain Neill right here put me on some great salmon. I really didn't know what I was going to catch. Turned out to be a one species day. You know, it gets better than that, but I thought today was awesome. Hopefully you learned a few things about working as a team, about fishing in this area, and about how they put out the spread. There was a lot that we put on today's segment. Captain Neill, what did you think of the day?
I think it went very well. Everybody got fish, everybody had fun, nobody got hurt. That's what we're here for.
Captain Neill said earlier that nobody was bleeding except the fish. So I hadn't heard that one before. But thanks for your time. You know, we'll be back to fish with Captain Neill down the road when we go later in the season when there's some different species on the money. We'll see you in a Wide Open Outdoor Adventure. So when we come later in the year, what's going to happen?
Contact my new friend, Captain Neill, with Skyline Charters for your next wide open adventure.